What I want you to do real quick is think of Nickelodeon's Global Guts, right? But we're going to take that and put it on a bigger stage, all right? We're not just going to have kids competing. We're going to take all of your favorite 90s stars from sitcoms and cartoon and you name it, and we're going to throw them all into a ring, and they're going to battle it out together for supremacy.
I'm just assuming people are like me, and they're wondering one thing. Is Zach Morris part of this event?
Yeah, Zach Morris shows up.
Well, then why wouldn't I want to see this?
Exactly, but not only Zach Morris, you got Lisa Turtle, who I found out is a much better actress than she is a athlete. You got Jonathan Taylor Thomas. You got all of his brothers from Home Improvement. You name it, and they're probably in this, and you're going to see them today.
Next thing you're going to tell me is that the Macho Man is somehow involved.
Ooh, yeah. Dig it.
Hey, are you ready?
We're ready now.
Are you really ready?
Yeah!
Are you ready big time? Yes, you, Ashley. All right, let's do the thing. Throw in the ball. On their way. Dig it. Aha!
Absolutely. Macho Man was involved, and I nearly lost my mind.
In a world where the it thing is always changing, sometimes you need a tour guide or two to help you find your way to pop culture's paradise. If you find yourself reminiscing or in need of a good recommendation, these two have you covered. And now, here's your hosts, Joey and Jeff.
All right, I can't wait any longer. If you're telling me that Macho Man, Zach Morris, and all the Home Improvement kids are involved in this, I think we need to talk about it right now, don't we?
Absolutely, and we got to talk about the host, too, because we're getting Carlton, right? Pete Carlton Dance Craze. We're getting Downtown Julie Brown, which is still one of the best names in broadcasting, from MTV, Macho Man as the third, and the shenanigans that ensue are definitely a must-watch.
And then the other event was hosted by our boy, Bob Golick, who we just can't seem to get away from.
No, we can't escape Golick.
Like, somehow, through the amount of Pop Culture Paradise episodes we've had, Bob Golick keeps showing up. That wasn't the plan, to have this show become Bob Golick-centric.
No, this is pretty much Bob Golick Paradise is what you're watching lately if you've been tuning in.
And then you also have Scott Baio, and then some other girl I didn't quite recognize. And then Phil Moore. Phil Moore from Nick Arcade showed up.
Yep, he did. There's a few people that I kind of sort of recognize that kind of flew under the radar for me, but all in all, it's just a bunch of stars that you're going to definitely remember.
Okay, so if you haven't heard of these events, I don't blame you. I literally stumbled across this, and I was like, wait a minute. One event has all these kids competing for charity, but also to promote the Sega Genesis. And then apparently Nintendo got jealous and decided, hey, next year at Universal Studios, you're talking about Nintendo. So our first clip is from the Sega events. Here are our hosts, Bob Golick, Scott Baio, and some girl who Jeff just can't remember her name.
Yeah.
I know. I'm excited too. We've got obstacle courses, crazy mazes, and dizzy waiters. And before we're through,
what is a dizzy waiter?
Climbing the walls, literally.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's an event that they do where you get Kelly Kapowski to spin around on her head and serve you drinks.
Right. I definitely remember that guy on the left from 90210, right?
Well, that's Scott Baio from Happy Days.
No, on the far left.
On the far left.
She's the Major's middle daughter.
That was one of the characters from
Also from CBS
90210. Was it Brendan? Was that his name? No, it wasn't Brendan. It was somebody else.
From the cast of Fox Network's True Colors, Adam Jeffries.
True Colors. Never have seen that show.
No, there were quite a few here where they're like, you remember them from Drexel? No, I don't know what Drexel is.
Why did they just quickly slide over Mario Lopez there?
Well, there was a reason. I wanted to pull this clip out specifically. All right.
Oh, Home Improvement, one of the best, dude. Love that show still.
Heath Slater on Saved by the Bell.
There he is.
Lopez.
But I pulled that because I'm pretty sure he said Heath Slater.
Heath Slater on Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, he definitely did. I got kids.
Here are the Blazing Blue Barbarians.
The Blazing Blue Barbarians.
Who is naming these teams? The Torkelsons. Have you ever seen that? I never watched that.
No, but it's made by the same guy who did Boy Meets World. I learned about it when I did the documentary.
Right. Joey Lawrence, classic. Love that guy.
From the hit TV series.
I never heard of it.
We know her as Becca Thatcher on ABC's Life
I like
Goes
these
On.
little, like,
Kelly
you know
Martin.
her as.
Since the
You've all
Right.
seen him.
Growing up on
Growing Pains. I know that
Jeremy
show.
Miller.
I never seen it, but I know it.
On
The Wonder Years. Dude,
Bobby
great
Brown.
show.
She plays Stephanie on
There she
ABC's
is.
Full
DJ
House.
Tanner
Jody
in the
Sweet.
house.
Stephanie. It's Stephanie.
No, but in Fuller House, Stephanie becomes a DJ. So she's
Oh.
DJ Tanner. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
dog. Get with your Full House.
Okay. Well, DJ also became a DJ to become DJ Tanner.
Everybody's a
Doing-
DJ nowadays, bro. Come on. And we're even podcasters. So
So if you just wish hard enough, you make a wish, which is what they're playing for,
absolutely.
you can become whatever you want. So these are just some of the teams that we're seeing so far. And if you already told me that that was the cast, I would have been like, all right, I'm watching. But that's
I'm
not
in.
all.
No, there's more.
But do you find a little bit of a problem with like the age gap?
There's quite a bit because there's some real youngins on there, but then there's like more established actors and actresses from like older shows that we definitely know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's if you're gonna have a 15, 16-year-old competing against a 9-year-old, it's gonna be slaughterhouse. Like they're not even gonna stand a chance.
What, you didn't want to see a grown-up Wonder Years kid just completely demolish the youngest son on Home Improvement
I mean,
on a bike?
I'd watch it absolutely, just so we can talk about it.
Coral Crusaders.
The Coral Crusaders.
From NBC's
Blossom, I don't know that show very well.
Miss Teen USA.
Okay, they're bringing in the teen celebrities here, not just from TV.
It's the 90s Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Step by Step.
Step by Step. I love that show
Terrible
still.
picture they got of him, though.
He plays Zach.
Yo, there he is, Zach Morris, bro.
But at like this point, MPG is like a full-grown man.
No, I was gonna say he's definitely like an adult, you know.
Walter and Emily.
Matthew
ABC's new
Lawrence,
show. ABC's new show.
Brenda Drexel on Drexel's Class.
dude, Brittany Murphy.
And for 8 years, he's been Jonathan Bauer on ABC's Who's the Boss? Danny Pintaro.
And for the United Cerebral Palsy team, also known as the Fabulous Fuchsia Fiends, from
The
Evie
Fabulous
Shane
Fuchsia
and Candace
team.
Hudson. She's
I'm really
Kristen
curious
Sieber
what a lot of
on
these
ABC's
people went on to
Growing
do.
Pains. Ashley
I kind
Johnson.
of recognize that girl's face, Ashley.
Otis Drexel's other daughter on
I want to say
Drexel's
she became a
Class,
voice actor.
AJ
Like, she
Langer.
might be the one on Recess or
From
something
Family
like
Matters,
that.
Jerry
Yo, it's
Whitaker.
Eddie. Let's go.
Eddie's a lot of
He's a
fun on
teenage
this
Jesse
episode.
James on the
Like,
Young Riders, Christopher
dude,
Pettit.
the young Jesse James sounds like a
From
TikTok
Nickelodeon's
rapper
Welcome
name.
Freshman,
It does.
David Roden. Home Improvement.
There we go.
JTT, let's go. Dude, every boy wanted to be him, and every girl wanted to be with him. And he was the voice of Simba. Like, give me a break.
Step by Step, Angela Watson.
Now, you said Lark Voorhees wasn't much of an athlete. Neither was Angela Watson.
Like I said,
No.
Scott, it's a powerhouse of talent.
We can hear you,
Let's
Golick.
keep it clean.
I
Let's
love
have some
creepy
fun.
Sonic in the background here.
Which way do we go? Which way is the exit? Dude, you tell me, like, if I didn't even know about this that this was even happening when we were kids. I would have done whatever it took to be there, to watch this in person, because this was like every star that we watched every week. They were all just under, one roof.
Not only every star, but they're shilling Sega product. They're at Universal Studios.
It's kind of cool, man.
But unfortunately, nobody wants to let Sonic the Hedgehog hang out with him. Look at him behind Bob Golick and just tell me he doesn't look so sad.
I know. Like I said, Scott,
You guys gotta show Sonic some love here. What the heck?
Powerhouse of talent. Okay, guys, let's keep it
Little
clean.
does he know, the
Let's
next
have
year
some
they don't
fun.
even have him at the event.
What are the gym shirts they're wearing? Do those say rum or bum? Oh, they're bum shirts. That was a thing in the 90s, wasn't it? Bum?
The Sega
I
Star
looked that
Kids
up, and it
Challenge
was
is being
a
brought to you by
brand
Sega,
started in the
leading
80s.
16-bit
And
Was
then,
it?
like,
revolution
the
with
vintage
Genesis.
clothing sold for, like, $60-$70 if you want to buy it now.
Damn. Bro, we're going to have to put our pennies together and score a bum shirt that we can share between us.
You bums.
Yep.
Now, I don't know, who do you think would sponsor an event by Sega Genesis?
Sega Genesis, right? If it's their event.
The Sega Star Kids Challenge is being brought to you by Sega, leading the 16-bit revolution with Genesis.
What?
Dude, is that Tecmo Bowl?
This is Sports Talk Football. And I had to pull this clip because I grew up with Sports Talk Baseball, and the old school announcing in these video games, like people nowadays get so annoyed when like there's not crazy amount of dialogue provided by commentators. Back then you'd had a few automated lines and every voice sounded like it was coming out of your calculator.
Yeah, they were all kind of just generic lines, and you would hear them over and over and over again.
Like, I remember you get playing Sports Talk Baseball and be like, Chicago 2, the Red Sox nothing.
0.
First and 10, active half, better hurry. Puts it up, intercepted.
Oh no, it's picked off. He's going the other way. Is that Montana?
Like, that voice sounds like it'd be like the ransom message left.
Dude, that is coming out of a Casio calculator. You're right.
You are never seeing your family again unless you pay $104.
Error. But, I mean, you have to think, it didn't get too much better. Like, we stopped playing Madden years ago, but even then, it was a lot of the same lines over and over again, you know? Like, boom, pow.
You were telling me one where you were playing as the Dallas Cowboys, and you're losing, and what happened?
I'm getting smoked, like, destroyed. I'm down like 42-0. In like the fourth quarter, I finally score a touchdown. The game is way out of hand, mind you. I finally put 7 points up on the board, and the announcer just goes, "How about them Cowboys?" And I'm like, dude, now you're just making fun of me. Come on.
Well, somebody has to know what they're doing, and, well, Macho and Julie Brown in the other event may have been memorable. Do you ever feel like Scott Baio didn't know what he was doing?
Yeah, I don't even remember any of the lines that he had, to be quite honest with you.
He may have been mailing it in, and I have proof.
And they have to paddle as fast as they can to the finish line, and then obviously the team back to the finish line first is the winner, and that's it.
Oh, is that how it works, Mr. Baio? Okay. Jeez, man. Can somebody hold up some cue cards for this poor guy? Golly.
Everybody was confused, but at least AC Slater's going to pretend like, yeah, I totally understand what's going on.
Oh, that's not
Look at him.
You know what? You know what's crazy?
Yeah,
If
they
you
switch
pause that real
places,
quick.
Team back.
Years down the line, it would be Mario Lopez that is the host of everything. I mean, everything. He's hosting television. He's hosting radio with iHeartMedia. This guy is everywhere. And in this, back in the day, he was a competitor. But it's so crazy to think about that.
Maybe he's back there taking notes. Look at him.
Finish line
Maybe he's
first,
very
that's it.
Not
studious.
from
Like,
Scott Baio.
They can do more stuff.
I mean, the first one across the finish line, they're gonna win. That's
Come on,
I don't know.
I mean, what's a good canoe race without a little messing around? Am I right, guys? I say,
Yeah,
no,
dude.
I know what we're talking about. Okay,
Crushing it, bro. Keep it up.
whatever.
Who is Alex? What is that? Alex who?
Also joining us in the booth for
Alex
the play-by-play,
Bakar.
Alex Backus.
I thought I said bacon for a minute.
And he's supposed to be our play-by-play guy, but they wanted to go with some wacky wordplay because this is a zany 90s event.
Oh, dude, you ain't kidding.
And it was so much like a double dare, like right down to, let's put him in a silly set. You know,
Yep.
Our play-by-play guy gives play-by-play in a British phone booth.
That's
Also
zany.
joining us in the booth for
Absolutely.
the play-by-play, Alex Backus.
I want to know why he has a headset on, but he's also on a payphone at the same time.
He's on a payphone trying to call home, thinking about all the change he spent on you.
Mm-hmm. Slater's partner in this, is that Brittany Murphy up front?
I believe that is Brittany Murphy?
Dude, that's crazy. Just the star power in this thing is unreal.
Star power. I don't think we need any other stars. Slater goes full beast mode here.
The team that seems to be able
Well, dude,
to
he's
control
easily
that
the
corner, they
most
come out
in
on top.
shape dude, like, at the entire park.
Struggling.
Now you gotta remember the first
Little
piece
Mark
of this
there
first
from Home
leg,
Improvement
you're
has
gonna
no
have to
idea where
actually
he's
get out
going.
of the rafts, get a second set of
Wait, look at him.
contestants
Throw
in.
Look at
man.
Slater. He's doing it himself, bro.
Who's that first boat
Like,
to
if you
die?
watch this,
first
the
one's
Saved by the
there,
Bell
Mario
kids
Lopez and
have already
Caroline
started
Plantain,
aging out
and taking
to the
the
point where
second
they're not
will be Nicole Dubik and
really
Brandon
supposed to be at
Paul.
this event, but they're too big popularity.
Right. They're like
But
1 year
Who makes
away
a good
from
exchange?
the college
Falls at the
years,
top
you know?
two.
Oh no! Do you think Bob Golick was networking at this?
I think he was. He's like, hey, I think I'd be great for this. You know, I could be like the RA.
And Mark Paul's walking around like, you know, Bob's kind of funny. You know?
Yeah, he could be good. We have good, you know, rapport.
Look at his swagger though.
Come on, dude, you got a paddle. Zach, he just got rid of the paddle. He doesn't care about this competition.
Dude, he's celebrating on the 5-yard line. Who even knows if he won?
Dude, he totally pulled the Deshaun Jackson right there.
Oh, God. So the other guy who's having way too much fun at this event is the kid, Darius McCray, I think. One of the two. And he's the one who plays Eddie Winslow in Family Matters. So he takes the camera and he provides a backstage look at what's going on.
Eddie, always giving us the scoop. Let's see it.
This is what you do when you're that far away from Carl.
Angie, she's on my team. She did a great job on the water. She was holding the water, and she did, I'm bumping into things. She did a great job. Jonathan.
Jeez,
Vlogging
man.
back in the day.
Yeah.
There's Jonathan.
Was Eddie the original vlogger, bro? Simba.
My homeboy, Jonathan. Oh, what should I say, Jonathan? Thomas Home Improvement. That's my
Like
boy.
you don't know, Eddie. Come on.
He's a champion. She's good.
Yeah, little does he know that he's going to get big league years later.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn. It's going full Hulkamania.
Dude, this girl's ready for the competition.
And now down to Orlando for the next.
Oh,
So we have
gosh.
another host here.
Challenge. Over to you, Phil.
Okay, Scott, I got it. We are here at
I
our
like
next
this
event
guy,
here at
Phil
Rodeo
Moore,
Drive,
because he
Universal
has a
Studios,
lisp,
Florida. And
but he's
this
so
one is a
good.
beauty. It is called the Terrible Web, and that's what it is. I mean, just look at this thing.
Look at this thing. It's a terrible web that you weave.
All right. So one of the things you did when you sent me your notes and your initial thoughts before, we didn't want to spoil it for each other, but you just said something about this event. Can you describe what we're about to see?
I said that this was the most dysfunctional, funniest part of any of the both shows that we watched, because there's this one poor kid, I can't remember his name. He is having the most difficult time he's ever had with anything trying to get through this web. So basically how it works is they have to hold a water balloon and they need to make it through this web, but if they drop the balloon, they gotta go all the way back to the beginning and start again. And this dude must have went back 3-4 times, and then as you'll see here, it got worse from there.
What I found out about this event was, you know, if you messed up once, you pretty much screwed your time, because the people who
You were
made it
done.
through initially, you to go back, you're already costing yourself about 10 seconds, so
Yep.
you're done. Yeah, and then if you keep failing, then you start holding onto the water balloon too tight, and
Yep.
He's under. He's doing this like a champ. This is not giving him a problem at all. The
Look at
balloon
him,
is
just-
still intact. He's making it through. He's
No
making
growing
See,
pains
he was
here.
smart. He's probably holding the balloon the right, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because your nails could pop it, your power and your grip could pop it.
like that's
Oh,
too loose of
wait.
a grip.
Dude, he just got lucky though.
But
Because
here's your
that
boy.
balloon fell and
Next
it
up is
didn't
the
it
Aqua
didn't
team.
break.
Here's
But
Adam.
this guy didn't have the same thing.
Doesn't seem to know his own
Bro,
strength.
clip your nails. Before he could even get through, he bust one balloon. So I want you to pop up a counter on the screen. There goes balloon number 2. He's gonna go all the way back. He wasn't very far. He's got balloon number 3, and he falls on his ass. Oh, this poor guy. I felt so bad for him. But I must have rewound it like 3 or 4 times. I could not stop laughing.
Well, Zachary Ty Bryan did it too.
Yep.
Tim's gonna be so upset. Jill's gonna ground him.
Yeah. He was so little back then. It's crazy.
That was
And here it
before-
goes. Whoa.
So Joey Lawrence, in this next event, you have to pull yourself across the rope on your canoe and try to get the fastest time. And I think Joey Lawrence had to be the most 90s looking kid there.
Oh, dude, he's rocking it.
First on the raft for the blue
Like,
team, Joey
the only thing he
Lawrence.
needs on that
Quite a
raft
competitor,
is a
and
fanny
unlike our
pack.
first runner,
Yep.
He's got a wetsuit on, Bob. What do you think?
Well, he
The
may be
wetsuit,
afraid to
smart
fall in. You can
idea.
see He's competing a lot more methodically than Christopher.
It makes him
Wise.
aerodynamic as well.
And he does.
I love that the announcers are busting on him for wanting to look good as opposed to perform good.
Speaking of look good, I'm just surprised he's wearing a hat because Joey Lawrence has a head of hair like no other, dude.
Yeah, he does. All right, now you spend quite a bit of time in Nashville. What do you think of this Elvis impression coming up here?
All right, let's hit it.
On the replay, you can see the young Elvis kicking and screaming.
He's in the water. He's on
Let's go to Scott.
That Elvis might be on Broadway at like 3 or 4 a.m. He's not doing like top tier work.
So now, because it can't get any weirder, Scott Baio is going to talk French to Sonic the Hedgehog, which is a sentence I don't think I ever was expecting to say in my life.
Because he's having such great luck with English so far.
I think I can hold my own, thank you.
Such funny expressions. These crazy Americans have. Well, this is
Oh my
a big
God.
game. It's a very tough one. His name after my very
Did
good
he put
friend.
what is that
hat
hat
called that he's wearing?
The
A
Hedgehog.
beret?
Just tell him how it works, Scott.
Fine. Can I do it in English?
So then this other part, they wanted to show like what's cool about Universal Studios. And, you know, there's the attraction where you can learn stunt fighting. So imagine you just tuned in and you saw a bunch of these kids
So they're stunt teachers. Some
looking around and what the?
Oh God. Oh jeez, dude. Just gave him the Shawn Michaels, bro. God dang.
And you're like, whoa, why did these kids just beat up that poor defenseless man? Oh, well, we're now back to Phil Moore. I guess everything's all cool and all
Those
peaceful
stuntmen
and
were really
wait
amazing.
a
I mean, they all make it
minute.
look so incredibly real. Now, let's go out for a conversation with our big... Oh,
Oh jeez, dude. The bit's over. Come on, you guys. So tell me, where exactly do I remember Phil Moore from? Was he the host of Arcade?
Nick Arcade.
Yes, see, I remember him. We need to do I need to learn more about him because he was there and then he was gone. But I always thought he was a good host.
Oh, he's a great host, and he was really fun on Nick Arcade. Way back, Dave and I had our show to be named later, and we did a Nick Arcade episode, the one that Joey Fatone was part of. And there's so much like energy that Phil Moore brought to his presentation.
Yeah.
And what I like about him is he's always at these 90s conventions.
Sweet.
And like he makes a lot of friends in the gaming world, and like he kept trying to bring back Nick Arcade as these different variations, but his Kickstarters and all this stuff fail.
Right.
But it's cool that he's still into it and people like him. In fact, one of the Game Chasers DVDs comes with a Choose Your Own Adventure. And
Really?
there's a certain part in the Choose Your Own Adventure where you accidentally call Phil Moore and he picks up and answers and threatens you. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And he basically looks the same too.
Really?
We're back at Universal Studios.
So here's our
Hollywood with
commissioner for the event.
Bob Golick. Now,
Yeah.
Bob, the contest
The
has been
commish.
tough so far. Does this next event
You just
give,
wait till he
these
becomes
young
an
people more
RA
time
for a
to breathe
college
at all?
dorm room.
No way, Scott. In
So
fact,
tell me,
this
how
next
at
event will have them
this
climbing
point
the
of this
walls.
event, how long had it been since Scott Baio was on TV?
I think he was still on. I think he had what the Baby Bob? Not Baby Bob. It was Look Who's Talking, the TV show. I think he was on.
There was a TV show for Look Who's Talking? I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
What?
I think it wasn't called Look Who's Talking, but it was based on Look Who's Talking. But
Yeah.
it was about a talking baby, and it was the same premise by the same people.
Huh.
And like he's basically the John Travolta role in it. But
Dude,
it only
let's
lasted like
go.
2 seasons.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to see the talking baby.
No.
Now, I'm going to say something, and I don't know, maybe I just don't know, and maybe you do, because you're more familiar with the cheerleader world. Did you know there was a second part to the UGLY chant?
You ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, you ugly.
Yeah, there's another part to that.
No, I don't know.
Well, be prepared to have your mind blown here.
UGLY, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Yeah, you
Hey.
ugly. And we got it from your mama. Yeah, your mama.
Oh, yeah, you get it from your mama. I know that, yeah.
I never knew. I never knew that you could get it from your mama.
Well, they're saying that you're ugly, and then they're gonna say, well, you're ugly because your mom is. So it's like a double diss, you know? But dude, look at just like in that quick clip there, just the cast in there. Jodie Sweetin, you got Kelly Kapowski. Like it's crazy. Like this is just so nostalgic and so weird.
And in my nightmare, if Kelly Kapowski was taunting me, telling me I was ugly, I don't think I'd get out of bed for a week.
No.
Now, Mario Lopez just beasting more.
Lopez will have to play Superman.
Dude, the bell hasn't gone yet, Mario. Slow down.
When he wakes up in the morning.
Dude, I'd love to sit down with him nowadays and watch these clips with him and just get his kind of, his inside mind and just recall it, That'd be so wild.
That really would be. I think you need to use your Kid-X.
I gotta try.
What did you think? I mean, legally, I don't think this was a very smart idea. Waxing up a rampway for them to climb up.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to make it really tough to get up there, right? So hopefully they have on the right gear and the knee pads and the elbow pads, but basically it's setting you up to bust your 2 front teeth, without a doubt.
Well, let's just see if any of these kids are that good at this. Oh, come on, Jody, you can do it.
Dude, she's struggling hard, like real hard.
Do you think she wakes up with knee issues every day and looks back at this event?
Well, she's getting back up, she's going for it, and no. This is a visual representation of me trying to make it through the work week. No, Brittany Murphy, get up!
The fall is when you realize it's only Wednesday.
Yep. You gotta make it to the weekend. Go, 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 go. Make it to the weekend.
They made it a little more slicker. I tried to do the same move last time and I almost fell on my butt.
Eddie. You gotta think guys like Eddie and Zach and even Joey Lawrence, with them being older, a lot of the stuff was probably a lot easier for them because they're so much stronger,
Right, and they were kind of just taking all the kid stars, and it's like, like everybody, there's some people who excel at sports and probably were at the gym in taking different events, and then there were other kids that, like, I don't know, Josh Byrne or something. That
right.
Clearly, he wasn't doing anything other than acting and maybe playing some video games. The next year, you'll see Mark from Step by Step show up, and you're like, yeah, I know for a fact that kid is not doing crunches and ab exercises all day.
Well, you know what's crazy? With as much star power as this has, to me, there's still one particular person that's missing that outshines all of them. Where in the world is Steve Urkel, and why is he not a part of this?
I could just see them shooting a little vignette, and he accidentally knocks over the entire set. So,
yeah,
and then for everyone's safety.
Did I do that? It'd be great TV.
I don't see him being in this kind of obstacle course.
They're doing 5 pull-ups here.
But you see Mark being a part of it? All right, you got to go all the way down, dude. Those are half-hearted crunches, bro.
And random Rocky from Rocky and Bullwinkle just watching along.
What are you doing? Come on. No, you can't go. You got to do. Yeah.
I like to think that's how Rocky spends his days off away from Bullwinkle. But look at that.
Dude, what an athlete and what a show off. He crushed the jump rope. Not only does he dive out of the pad, he has to do a front flip. Typical Zach Morris fashion.
When I make it over there, just split second, they're going to be over there. So we're just going to rip through this course. Hopefully we'll win.
Seems to be very smart in what he's doing.
Now, you guys think it's kind of weird, probably at this point, how much Bob Golick has been in some of our episodes. But can you deny his comedy stylings?
Almost like in this clip, he didn't know the camera was going.
That was actually just how he was having lunch.
Yeah. Or he's just back at his old college days. He's stumbling around.
Did he go to What's the Matter You?
And look at that, boys and girls.
Dude,
Bullwinkle's here to start
Bullwinkle, let's go.
So earlier we also mentioned that there was a waitressing event. This is what they were talking about.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and it kind of reminded me of Wild and Crazy Kids, where they had that event where you spin your head on the baseball bat, and then you get super dizzy, and then try to walk a straight line.
Not only are they going to try to walk a straight line, they're going to try to carry a tray, right?
Exactly. This is very LA.
The dizzy waitress.
Tiffany Amber Thiessen from Saved by the Bell.
I don't give a crap how Tiffany Amber Thiessen serves me a tray.
Come on, Kelly, you got this. Come on, Kapowski.
I don't know who Danny Pitaro is. Go, Kelly.
They all just freaking collided in the middle at each other. Well, look at her. If her acting career doesn't take off,
she's probably thinking, you guys stuck me with this event.
Yeah. Yo, look at him go.
big mistake.
But he forgot his tray.
No, dude, he was so hyped to get back that he forgot the tray. No, oh man, bonehead move right there, bro.
Then we had some rollerblading because it wasn't the 90s without a little rollerblading. Did you have a rollerblade?
Absolutely. I loved inline skates. I would always bring them out to Happy Wheels. It was always easier for me, maybe just because we grew up and rollerblades, inlines became a thing, but it was always so much easier for me to use those than regular roller skates because the 2 wheels in the front, the 2 in the back, it was a recipe for a broken tailbone, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, it always felt like the rollerblade the roller skate kind of felt like it should be an easier way to balance yourself.
Yep.
But honestly, the inline, that was much easier because as long as you got the perfect stance, you're good.
Yeah, but on either or, the inlines or just the skates, you were getting blisters for days.
And occasionally, even if you were a pro, just because the road conditions, this happened.
Yep.
Jenna Van Oy and David Roden took on the blue teams.
Oh, damn.
All we can say about
Oh, wait, get up. Put on your... Where's her helmet? Somebody get this girl a helmet, please. And this is JTT right here, right?
Yeah, and essentially these final events were just double dare.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're gonna go into a big obstacle and find something? Okay.
Zip around, zip around, zip around. Dude, he's pretty quick. What shoes is he wearing?
Something that Jill bought for him.
I'm just wondering what popular shoes those were. Are those LA Gears, maybe?
Look at him motor up that banana peel. Oh, on the first try.
Hey, there's Rocky.
Jonathan, way to get up there.
I saw
Dude,
Sonic too. He probably told
it.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas that he's got to go fast.
Yeah. Here goes Eddie. Dude, he's killing this right now.
There's a certain age that you get though when going down a slide. It's more of a how do I not bust up my knee more than a how fun is the slide.
Right, but then there's also an age that you get to where you couldn't pull off any of this stuff, and I think we're both at that age. Watching this is making my back and my knees hurt.
Is that the Fievel characters in the background?
I think it might be. Fievel Goes West, right?
And I'm pretty sure that's Harry and the Henderson hanging in the background too.
And there's Sonic. Could you imagine if Bob just pull both ropes and pulls them in, and these kids just collide in the middle? Because he's strong enough to do it.
Oh, well, he's an ex-NFL player. He's part of the Dog Pound. He's got the Dog Pound poster. Yeah. Also, I did tell you, right, that I learned that the company who made all those posters is selling them as NFTs now.
No.
Yeah.
Dude. See, to me, I wouldn't mind having that Golic poster right here. So if you ever want to gift that for me, our birthdays are coming up in the summertime. So
hey,
I'd pop it right here for you.
I'll just print you out a cheap copy. Like, I printed out the Don Magic Man one, and I got him to sign it.
That's freaking sweet, dude. I don't know how you pull off some of this.
So this is the tug of war, and it pits Lawrence versus Lawrence, Zach versus Kelly. It's a civil war.
Fair start, Alex. Josh Saviano.
The Wonder-Year kid against...
Oh, look at the Giants cap, dude.
I hate him.
Little Giant style. Oh, dude, they're giving it all they got. Who do they got in the back there as the anchor? Because he is not holding up. Oh, it's Lawrence.
Everything on the line.
Oh, Zach. Zach was like, come on, you weaklings. Let's go.
I think Zach Morris just got kicked in the face. He didn't even care.
Zach isn't letting Joey Lawrence beat him. There's no way.
So what are you saying, that Zach's going to have to beat his wife?
Come on, they got the win. It's over, right?
Nope, someone's got to go in the pit. Oh, come on.
They got it. Oh, look, he just gave up. He just gave up.
Oh, Jody Sweeten's taking it to heart.
Man, I'm bummed that he was like, you know what? We're done. We can't compete. We're done. He threw in the damn towel.
You know what I'm bummed about? He's a showbiz kid. He couldn't have at least taken a pratfall into the water.
Right, you gotta, where's the comedy? If it were me, I would have dove in for sure. Because you got to give the people what they want, right?
Like if it was the Fresh Prince, Will would have known. Do a faceplant and act like you got totally defeated.
Yep.
But speaking of the Fresh Prince, the next year, Nintendo took over And they got our hosts, Alfonso Ribeiro and...
Downtown Julie Brown.
Hi, I'm Alfonso Ribeiro.
And I'm Downtown Julie Brown. Welcome to the Universal Studios.
And for some reason, Harry and the Hendersons.
Plenty of thrills and spills in store ahead as Slim Jim presents the Star Kids Challenge.
All your favorite celebrity kids are going to be
Slim
competing
Jim.
in
So I want you to know that nearly only 20-25 seconds go by before Alfonso is already doing his Michael Jackson impression.
I can't wait. Now, it's going to be fun, but it's not just for fun. And the Heal the World Foundation, Michael.
Woohoo!
There you go.
So, just because it couldn't get any weirder than Alfonso Ribeiro and Julie Brown, you also have Harry and the Henderson and the Macho Man?
The Macho Man Randy Savage about to show up and show out.
It's the Macho Man himself from the World Wrestling Federation.
I like how she said Macho Man.
Randy Savage, our commissioner for today's event.
Dude, there he is.
How you doing, Randy?
Full Slim Jim gear, dude. And you know what's crazy about it is he's the most natural host of the three.
That too.
Probably the least prepped, and you wouldn't even know it.
Oh, dude, yeah. They didn't give him lines. He's just coming up with this off the top.
Yeah, he just said, and some other stuff that defies description. It just means, I don't know what else is coming up.
No.
So the 93 Star Kids games was a little less star-studded because they cut down on the amount of teams.
Right.
Because that was just crazy overloaded. That was like Avengers Endgame or something going on in that last one.
Yep. And I just want to point out here, just when you thought this couldn't get any more 90s with everything you've seen on screen, all of a sudden we're going to get a Joey Lawrence pre-tape. That is literally like he was bothered to give them 5 seconds.
I want to introduce our field reporters, Joey Lawrence from Blossom, who's already out in the field. Are you there?
Do the thing.
Yo, what's up, Julie? I've been talking to some of the Star Kids, and they cannot wait for the games to start. How many of you guys eat snacks?
Hey,
he is just not into it.
He got really big within the last year, and I can't remember, it was the one year before the other one when they cut away to his Nothing My Love Can Fix music video. Like, that was part of his contract.
Yep, that's right.
We've got Justin Burnett from Heart.
All right, no idea who that is.
Also, Michael Fishman.
I know that kid from Roseanne for sure. Good show.
Yeah, I've had some school photos that looked a lot like Michael Fishman.
Dude, Omar, he was on Nickelodeon as well. Wasn't he like the host of Wild and Crazy Kids?
Yes.
From Drexel's class. We have the
Who did Drexel's class bribe to get on these
I remember
things?
her, but I've never seen Blossom. Lisa.
Next up, playing for the Heal the World Foundation, the Blue
the world's
Team.
broken.
Christopher
Just needs a
Castillo from
Band-Aid.
Step by Step.
Dude, I like him. Step by Step. Great
Nicole
show.
Dubik from Major Dad.
Let's just shoot everybody at a 45-degree
Ashley
angle.
Johnson from Growing Pains. The big man, Darius McCrary from Family Matters.
The big man, yeah, because he's way more advanced than everybody else.
Yeah, because he's playing varsity basketball.
The sweetheart, Kelly Packard from California Dreams.
California Dreams. I know her, but I've never seen that show.
Little Jonathan
JTT,
Taylor
back
Thomas
at it.
From Home Improvement.
He's just waiting until he can age out.
Yep.
It's like the NCAA.
Michael K. from California Dreams. Brandon Call from Step by Step.
Brandon Call.
Macho sounds like it's some ring announcing going on.
Yeah, like this is about to be a fight.
Haley Johnson from Kids Incorporated.
Is going to fight Suleiman Fry.
From Home Improvement, yeah.
Gosh. He got his lunch stolen 100 times.
Dude,
She ought to be like a big-time actress.
Yeah. Yeah, you know how often Macho Man's watching 227?
The Red Team. Josh Byrne of Step
It's not a school picture, Josh.
Yep.
Chelsea Hertford from
Though, to be fair, it does kind of look like a school picture.
William James Jones.
All right, this guy's
of
24.
Ashley Levitch of All Fly Away.
Well, she certainly won't stay in frame.
From
Star Trek? What?
Space Nine. Carol Ann Plante of Harry and the Hendersons.
And Harry came to support her.
And Angela Watson.
Dude, the VO guy needs to hurry up. Dude, there's some crews here. There's a cast for sure.
You lost a lot of your Saved by the Bell people. The Lawrences
Well, if they
aren't
were
there
too old
anymore.
last year, they're gonna be even older now.
Well, then how did Lark get there? And why's Darius sticking around?
Because Lark Voorhees wasn't part of last year, so she had to like contractually, she was obligated to do one of them.
Are you telling me they couldn't afford him because they got the lime mascot? What is that?
Lime?
Looney Lime mascot? That's what took up all their budget to get these guys?
I'm right here, Julie, with some of my friends from Universal Studios in Hollywood. Now, there's some pretty colorful characters they got here.
They have colorful characters. Who's the most colorful character there so far?
Macho Man Randy Savage, without a doubt.
The kids love him.
They do.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. Unbelievable. This looks right there. Attacking the kid.
Look at that. They love him.
And yet they don't give a crap about the Sasquatch in the background.
No. Dude, I love that Shaq shirt that Alfonso has on.
Yeah, it's very old school Shaq. Like, I don't know. Shaq's just awesome. I just saw a commercial where he's singing REO Speedwagon in the shower, and I'm like, I could hang out with Shaq. Him and me bumping REO Speedwagon.
What more do you want? And soon we're going to have Hulk Hogan defend his shilling championship against Shaq, right?
I'm worried. I think Shaq's going to take it.
I don't know, brother.
I'm gonna keep on loving you. 'Cause it's the only thing I wanna do.
Now, another thing that is very 90s about this is they have to explain VR technology to you. And by to you, I mean to Macho Man, who's the everyday commoner.
And you know what? This whole bit, I thought it was the biggest miss on the entire episode. Because essentially you're just watching these kids wearing these like virtual reality goggles, and mind you, this is 90s virtual reality, and you don't actually get to see any of the game until the very end.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my gosh, what is this just monstrosity that they were playing? This looks terrible.
When I watched it for the first time, I was waiting. I'm like, all right, they keep showing like these clips of these kids in goggles, and I'm like,
where's the gameplay?
What are they doing? Yeah, nowadays with the way gaming conventions and gaming tournaments and all that stuff goes on, like they would have had multiple feeds everywhere. But here it's just like your dad with a camcorder being like, yep, you're playing the game, and somebody later on going like, show them what the game is. We didn't pay this much.
Jeez, you're just watching them just click with their hands.
It's virtual reality.
It's weird, man.
It's a completely artificial computer simulated environment.
Exactly.
Wow, that sounds quite
You
nice.
spit that out quick.
You.
Hey, guys.
Oh, it's all right.
Look at how big the headset is. I love that.
Wildly crazy. They look so.
You couldn't travel with that thing.
Yeah, so this is what you're talking about here is they're playing a virtual reality game, and you're like, I don't know what they're playing. I don't know. This is boring.
It'd be like watching your friend play Xbox, but you can't see the screen. You're just watching them move around the controller.
Let's see how the
Playing the
scores
Kinect,
now.
basically.
Well, they've already got their mouth
Yeah.
full, right?
That's right, gumming their way to 72
Yeah,
points.
out of all the events, this was like it's the hardest one to follow. And I would have been like, wait, what the hell is this? It feels like balls. What was it, the fighter and balls or something?
Yeah.
Good shooting, Haley.
Yeah, good shooting with the banana.
For his team. His score 46 was the best of the day. Check this out. It's like a bird.
Yeah, you're shooting
man.
gumballs.
Is that a hummingbird?
Uh-oh.
It's
going
bubblegum,
down.
man. Look out.
Gosh, what is this? Could they not have played like a Nintendo game? Could they not have just played Super Mario 3?
Well, they do play Star Fox in just a second, but I
Right.
could just imagine you being inside. And like last year's, it's like, wow, this is quite a competition. This one, a parent would be yelling at you like, why are you wasting your Saturday watching this? You're just watching other people play video games.
Yep.
What are they shooting? A gumball at a hummingbird?
Oh,
Go
my
outside.
goodness. Get outside. I got things you can do.
And I don't think this is the greatest ad for VR. This kid is clearly nauseous, and he's just not telling you.
Yeah, that was better than any video game that I've ever seen. Was it the best one out of all these things you've done today? Yeah, that was amazing. Whoa, I'm still seeing everybody in the same kind of form.
As he just projectile vomits over the entire cast and crew.
I think this kid just threw up.
Yep.
Now, Hilary Swank, the most accomplished actress out of all these kids, well, let's just get her on the rope course here and see if all that training from Mr. Miyagi helped her out.
Time runs away from her. The dangerous part of the
Dude, she's
course.
tearing it up. Oh, gosh.
You
Hold
spoke
on.
too soon.
Yep.
And then poor Karen. From
Here
step
she
by
goes,
step.
dude.
Nice touch, nice form.
She's
Oh,
got
she's
it.
got.
She's
Oh
got it.
Oh, that looked like it hurt. Last year, quite
But
a
Eddie's
mishap
got it.
there.
Oh gosh, Eddie, you're going too quick, dude. Look at him. Eddie can walk on water. Somebody get that man a new contract.
Makes it across. Definitely. Oh, that looked
All right, he was way too old for this event. If he could just power his way through.
Dude, he's a collegiate athlete. He can't be a part of this.
But who was your favorite athlete out of all these competitors?
Lisa Turtle.
And why was that?
Because she proved to us that she's a significant better actress than she is athlete. You could tell she was just nervous that like a nail was gonna break. Just gave up.
Watch the replay. Lark doesn't
Watch
get
this,
out
ready?
more than 10 feet, and she is into
Not
the
even- look,
water.
God,
On
how
the
do you
bottom
miss
rope,
it?
She knows the meaning of
Oh.
wet. Quite an effort. Let's check the scores now. After
Golly.
Then we get to this event, and it had to have been a commercial tie-in to get you to buy this product, which apparently was only sold for like 2 years, called Screenball.
Screenball. So they actually play this in the event, right?
Yes.
To me, this was just pretty much what we would play in gym when I was about this age. It was either dodgeball or crackabout, you called it. But this was an interesting one because once somebody had control of the ball, you weren't allowed to move.
Yes.
And if you moved, you're out of here. Which kind of, to me, makes it a lot more tough, of course, but it also takes a little bit of the fun out of it, no?
Yeah, and in this event too, like the referee was constantly calling people out for moving, but like giving them almost no slack. And if you're playing and you say freeze and you're in midair, you still gotta lock in place. And if you're falling like that, that's just gravity. That's not even you.
Right, in theory, you should only be out if you get hit with the ball. Not
Yeah.
for moving. You're supposed to move. This defeats the entire purpose of go out and play.
They did it just to screw over Eddie Winslow.
Yeah.
Here's Screenball, and this is another thing if you go online, is incredibly expensive to buy.
Ball?
Screenball?
Next event, yeah, it is. Screenball is played in the Screenball Arena. I'll start the game by throwing in the Screenball.
Wow!
Downtown Julie Brown, the team whose color on the Screenball.
So it's like a ball, but it's a big die.
Gets to
You
throw
know,
the ball
you roll
first, and if they hit someone from the another team, like that, that player has
Gosh,
to leave the arena.
just knife edge chop Alfonso.
All right. To be fair, Alfonso's about to say this. Tell me you don't want to hit him now.
How are you on a bike?
Me?
Yeah.
Man, put me on 2 wheels and I'm a speed demon.
I like
All I want to do is zoom, zoom. There's no holding me back.
Well, I bet this...
You want to pelt him now, right?
Macho, knife edge chop him again, please.
So now, this year, we're going to get the kids on bicycles. We gave them a little bit more room to do their thing.
Yeah.
You think this turns out about as well as rollerblading?
This is gonna be way worse because they're higher in the air
You
and
know,
there's less control of the
speed
bike.
is definitely the key here. You got to get through here and get to
I feel like that bike's too big for her.
Yeah, I think it is too. And that's
definitely really nice. That bumpy
definitely
ride.
too
And then
big.
takes her into
And
the
it might even be a boys' mountain bike.
Negotiating those very, very close turns, and she's taking it a little slow here, very cautious.
Taking it a little slow? Yeah, it's somebody else's bike.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. That's tough on the bike, and it's like tight quarters, and you're on a mountain bike. You're not even on like a BMX bike, like a smaller bike, you know?
So this whole event almost felt like, I don't know, some like weird trip, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the visual right now. It looks like Macho Man and Frankenstein are about to have a cage match.
A cage match? I think you meant to say a drug PSA.
What?
Oh, hey there, yeah. I was just talking to my friend Frankie here, and I was telling him not to start on drugs.
Oh, were ya?
I mean, he'd have a monster load of trouble.
It doesn't surprise me that Macho Man is friends with Frankenstein.
You don't have to be hit by lightning to figure that out. You know, if he started with drugs, he'd have to be a dummy.
A dummy?
Oh, gosh.
Hey, I said dummy, not mummy.
Not
They got
mummy.
jokes. All right. I just need a
That was
point.
pretty good, though. That was pretty good.
But what a segue. I was just sitting here talking about drugs with Frankenstein.
Wait, what?
Jeff, I'm just sitting here talking about drugs with Frankenstein.
Frankenstein looks like he's on all the downers.
I said dummy, not mummy.
It's pretty good stuff. I thought that was pretty good. Especially because it's telling kids to not do drugs. I like it.
Yeah, and if you're not like your idol Frankenstein, what are you? And the mummy's having a pretty rough day because now Mario's going to go over and harass him for some reason. I think we needed an anti-bully PSA too.
We might have.
Here in the Nintendo Star Fox event, all 4 teams will compete at the same
Star Fox
time
today.
with the players switching off.
Oh, come on, Mario. That ain't right. That ain't right, bro.
What a dick.
Right up in his ear. That's just not good. Not nice.
Like, he didn't even play it off like, oh, I don't know the settings to this thing, and oh, it just went off. He just deliberately said, nope.
Right in his ear. It'd have been good if he's like, wait, how does this? And then it was all by accident. But no, that was just a dink move, bro.
This time, we're actually going to get a real video game. I think everybody in the 90s would have had their mind blown to know that Macho Man's going to tell you what it's like to play Star Fox.
Oh, dude, he's ranked top 10 in the world.
Got 5,000 points going.
And this is how they got the little kids involved. It's like, the kids can play video games.
Just a second. Help me out.
And it doesn't stop as they switch over. You know, they've got to continue on.
So this was on the Super Nintendo, right?
Yes. So those were the Star Kid events, one for Sega, one for Nintendo, and every teen star was there. Jeff, how much did this blow your mind?
Just because of the star power that was involved, I think that's what blew my mind the most. And also how they convinced all of them to be a part of this. You know what I mean? And I think the other part that was super strange to me was the older cast. You got the Zacks and the Eddies and, Lisa Turtle, and some of these guys were just purebred athletes, and then you could clearly tell which ones weren't. So I would have liked to see more like brains and skill stuff involved too to kind of even out the field, no?
That could have been interesting, actually. Now, how could they do this event today, right? It's like, do they all play the Switch and do different Switch events? And then
let's book it. So,
all right.
Who would be the 3 hosts for this event?
Nowadays?
Nowadays. Number 1 would have to be Mario Lopez, right? He'd have to be the main host.
Yeah, I think he would have to be the host. And you're definitely getting some of the Cobra Kai kids involved.
Yeah, for sure.
I can see you getting the Stranger Things kids.
Yep. Euphoria. I mean, it could be a huge get to land Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, geez, I don't know if you can get him.
maybe you can't land Tom Holland, but it's kind of tough to book because TV, like all these kids that we watch, they're all from sitcoms, and those aren't really those aren't not just really a thing. Those aren't a thing anymore at all. So it'd be kind of tough to book it. I guess you'd get
like your Disney and your Nickelodeon kids, but Disney doesn't want to work with Nickelodeon as much as these. And then, there's no like middle ground prime time sort of kid based, like right. Edgier than Disney and Nick, but not so edgy that they couldn't just be watched by kids anyway.
Yeah. So it would probably have to be like the battle of the streaming platforms, Hulu versus Netflix versus HBO Max versus Tubi. And Tubi would be like the lowest rent team possible.
Tubi would have kids off the street.
Yeah, just random kids that wanted to just get down and participate. Just like bringing in random kids from the local YMCA.
They'd be this version of like the Drexels or Fly Away Home or something. Yep.
At least those folks were on TV.
True.
I just never had never seen those shows before.
Yeah. Well, that was Star Kids. I would recommend checking it out online. It's right there. And if you just want to have some fun and watch Mark Paul Gosselaar beast mode on some kids, go straight Brock Lesnar on them.
Right.
That's your event right there.
There it is, man. There it is. And I'm over here thinking like a lot of the kids or kids at the time that were a part of this, a lot of them probably aren't doing much anymore, and they probably be willing to make like select podcast appearances. And I'm just thinking how cool it would be if you don't do the typical interview and ask them about the career, but it's like, no, we're here today to specifically talk about Star Kids and your involvement in it. Go.
Could you just imagine Darius answers that question? He goes, I wanted to destroy them. I wanted to win at all costs. And when I lost, I was humiliated for 2 months. And I trained every day for the next year. And you'd be like, for Star Kids?
Jesus, dude, you're competitive, huh?
Why do I feel like Mario Lopez would be the guy who said that?
Oh, dude, yeah.
I locked myself in a room and did push-ups for every time I fumbled.
Yep.
Okay. Psycho.
10,000 push-ups, 50,000 crunches. Well, that explains a lot, Mario.
Wait, you didn't even come back for Star Kids next year. I got busy.
Yeah, I mean,
I just like
torturing
torturing myself for fun.
You know, my whole broadcasting and hosting career took off. Sorry, Star Kids.
I had to go do, what the heck, Pacific Blue or Pacific, what the heck is that? Pacific?
Yeah, no, that's right.
Pacific Blue, yes.
Yep, the cop show with the bikes.
With the bikes.
Yep.
Well, Jeff, if they like this and maybe want to suggest a future episode or comment on this and tell us their thoughts, because I need more people to talk about this.
Yeah,
what do they do?
I'm real curious to know how many of you even knew about Star Kids? How many of you have even seen it? Or, you know, let us know in the comments if you're seeing this for the first time. But if you enjoyed the content, like, comment, and subscribe, or even share with a friend that is real nostalgic for the 90s like you are.
And wants to see something that they totally probably have never seen before.
You know, there's one clip that we didn't see, and it was the main event. It was Eddie versus Mario in a boxing fight.
God. Zach Morris would win.
Yep.
The end.
Absolutely.